Think you've got it all figured out? Hold on. 9 facts you've believed for years might be totally wrong. Let's bust them one by one. Number 9. Shaving makes hair grow thicker? Nope. You shaved your legs, arms, or upper lip a few times and then think, wait, why does it seem to grow back faster? And just like that, the myth, the more you shave, the thicker it gets, leaves rent-free in your mind. But science is not on your side here. Back in 1928, a study in the Journal of Investigative Dermatology examined hair regrowth after shaving and found no difference in speed, thickness, or color. Decades later, respected institutions like the Mayo Clinic and Harvard Health confirmed the same thing. So why do you still believe it? When you shave, you cut the hair at the shaft, where it's naturally thicker than the tapered tip. So when it grows back, the blunt edge feels rougher and looks darker. Add to that the fact that all the hairs regrow at the same time after shaving, and you get the illusion of denser hair. The truth is, hair growth speed and thickness are determined by your genes. You can't reprogram DNA with a razor. If shaving really made hair thicker, baldness wouldn't exist, and hair growth serums would have gone out of business decades ago. So the next time you notice hair coming back quickly after shaving, don't blame the razor. The only thing fooling you is your perception. Number 8. Wet hair in the cold gives you a cold? Not a chance. We've all heard it. Go outside with wet hair in cold weather and you'll get sick. It's so ingrained that you probably shake your head whenever you see someone walking around with damp hair. But the truth is, colds don't come from water. They come from viruses. According to the CDC and WHO, the common cold is caused by over 200 viruses. And no, they don't live in your wet hair. While cold weather can slightly weaken your immune system, if you're not exposed to a virus, you won't get sick, no matter how soaked your hair, socks, or mood are. A Cardiff University study even had people deliberately chilled and then exposed to viruses. None got sick more often. The real culprit? The person next to you sneezing without covering their mouth. So if you walk out with damp hair, the worst that can happen is someone judging your greasy look, not the flu. And if you do catch a cold, blaming wet hair is totally unfair. Number 7. Lightning never strikes the same place twice. Oh, it does. All the time. You've probably heard the saying, lightning never strikes the same place twice. Sounds poetic and comforting, unless you're standing on top of the Empire State Building in a thunderstorm. Lightning not only can hit the same spot, it often does, especially if that spot is tall, pointy, and electrically attractive. The Empire State Building gets hit about 25 times a year. Isolated objects like lone trees, radio towers, or you holding a metal umbrella are prime targets. The most famous case, Roy Sullivan, a U.S. park ranger, was struck by lightning 7 times and lived to tell the tale. After the 4th time, his coworkers started avoiding him whenever the sky darkened. And then there's the bolt from the blue, lightning that strikes far from the storm, even under clear skies. Bottom line, being struck once doesn't make you immune. If you're in an open area, taller than your surroundings, holding metal, near a lone tree, or close to water, you're still on lightning's menu. Wet-soled shoes? Even better. Now you're a perfect ground conductor. And even if the sky looks blue, if you hear distant thunder, don't get cocky. Lightning loves a good repeat performance. Number 2. Adults learn worse than kids? Nope. Too old to learn is a line people repeat so often that they start believing it. But science says adult brains are not worse. They just learn differently. Kids learn faster because their brains are in a hyper-growth phase for neural connections. But that's only half the story. Adults process new information by analyzing, comparing, questioning, and evaluating it. You instinctively link it to life experience, assess practicality, and even challenge the material, basically acting like your own strict editor. This might make you appear slower, but it actually means you understand more deeply, remember longer, and apply knowledge better. Studies from Harvard, MIT, and the U.S. National Academy of Sciences show that adults' brains maintain neuroplasticity as long as there's motivation, a good environment, and the right learning methods. You don't need to become young again to learn well. You just need to learn like a smart adult with goals, curiosity, and the courage to make mistakes. So if you think you're past your learning years, here's the truth. Your age is perfect for learning what truly matters. You don't need a photographic memory. You just need a big enough reason to start. Number 5. Reading in the dark ruins your eyes? Science disagrees. As a kid, you probably got scolded, "Don't read in the dark, you'll ruin your eyes." It's repeated so often it feels like a law. But in reality, low light won't damage your eyes. It just makes them work harder temporarily. According to the American Academy of Ophthalmology, in dim light your pupils dilate and your eye muscles work overtime to focus, which can cause temporary strain, dryness, or headaches. These go away once you rest your eyes. There's no medical evidence that reading in the dark causes permanent damage to your vision or eye structure. A 2013 BMJ study on factors affecting children's vision found that outdoor time and genetics were the main causes of myopia, while reading light levels had no significant link. Similarly, the U.S. National Eye Institute confirmed that dim light only causes temporary strain, not lasting harm. So if you love curling up under a blanket with a tiny reading lamp, the worst outcome is you'll have to take a break for tired eyes, not because you've just earned yourself a pair of glasses. Number 4. Pigeons have GPS? They get lost too. Pigeons are often portrayed as having a built-in Google Maps in their heads. From wartime messages to modern racing, they've gained a reputation as flawless navigators, but they get lost, just like humans without signal. Yes, pigeons navigate using Earth's magnetic field, the sun's position, scent maps, and even environmental sounds, as shown in studies by Oxford University and the Max Planck Institute. But if they're taken too far, lose reference points, hit bad weather, or face magnetic interference, they can still get hopelessly lost. Some are even lured off course by truck noises that sound familiar. In some races, only 10% make it home. And no, they're not shacking up somewhere new because they met a hot pigeon neighbor. They're just genuinely lost. So yes, pigeons are skilled, but they're not immune to a good old-fashioned wrong turn. Number 3. Using your phone while charging will make it explode? Stop the scare tactics. You're texting while your phone's plugged in when your mom yells, "Put it down, it's going to explode." Yes, phone explosions happen, but not just because you're touching the screen while charging. The real danger, according to UL Solutions and Consumer Reports, comes from using cheap, uncertified chargers or faulty batteries. These can't regulate power properly, leading to overheating or fire. If you're using the official charger and cable from your phone's manufacturer, it's safe. Apple, Samsung, and other big brands design their devices to work safely while charging and in use. The exception, that $3 charger you bought at a street market? So if your charger and battery are in good shape, go ahead, watch YouTube while charging. Number 2. Fat is the number 1 health enemy? Not really. Once upon a time, Americans were terrified of fat. Low-fat labels were slapped on everything from milk to cookies to salad dressing, as if fat alone caused obesity, heart disease, diabetes, and every health problem under the sun. But science has circled back to say, we blame the wrong culprit. Research from Harvard School of Public Health and the WHO shows not all fats are bad. The real villain is trans fat, the kind in cheap fried snacks and processed junk food. But unsaturated fats found in avocados, salmon, and olive oil are actually good for your heart, brain, and weight control. In fact, diets high in healthy fats, like the Mediterranean diet, have been shown to reduce risks for stroke, type 2 diabetes, and Alzheimer's disease. Meanwhile, many low-fat products replace fat with sugar or starch, things that cause weight gain and insulin resistance. Bottom line, fat isn't the enemy. It's the victim of bad PR. The real enemy, misunderstanding, poor food choices, and the belief that less fat is always better. Number 1. Paper books help you remember better than screens? Not necessarily. You've heard it, if you want to remember something, read it on paper. Sounds reasonable. Paper feels traditional, serious, and tangible, but science says it's not that simple. Some studies, like one from the University of Stavanger in Norway, found paper books can help students remember fictional story details better, but research from MIT, the University of Valencia, and Johns Hopkins found that reading on a screen doesn't hurt memory if you focus and use good study strategies. The real difference is context. Screens can distract with notifications, multitasking, and blue light. But if you turn off alerts, use a dedicated reader like Kindle, and take notes or highlight, you can remember just as well and enjoy faster lookups and better organization. So if paper works for you, keep reading it. But if you learn well on an iPad or Kindle, don't let anyone tell you it's less serious. The real deciding factor is your brain, not what's under your fingers. Now you know, sometimes the most dangerous thing is a wrong belief. See you in the next myth-busting round.